What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, going back to Iced Earth. Yes, indeed, Iced Earth fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Spitfire, and Spitfire wanted to see me react to this song by Iced Earth called A Question of Heaven. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold it, yeah, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Merrick, okay? And the video has 553,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Iced Earth, A Question of Heaven, live. Metal Camp Open Air 2008. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Time is close now. The end is near. My walk through the valley, trails of fear. I feel empty. My pain is overdue. I guess it's too late now to be with you. I'm extremely frightened. What will surely be? I sold myself to death of me. I know you can't forgive me. I know I'm on my own. I've betrayed you.
Okay.
What exactly is the meaning of this? Just pawns in your twisted game. Severe pain for the lie I'm living. For love I never could betray. Lord, I pound my fist at you. Won't you just let me die? But I'm not suffering enough. No inner peace, no afterlife.
Okay, the intro. Very misleading. I like that. I'm glad they did what they did. That ballady style intro. I'm not gonna lie, folks, I fell for it. I thought we were gonna have a ballad. I was like, looking at the time, over 7 minutes of ballad. Great. Strap in. Brace yourself, because this is gonna be a rough ride. I'm glad to see that that was just for the intro, leading us into a false sense of security, and then boom, we took off. Thank you. Very well done. Very well executed. Got tip the cap to them. Utilizing a 7-bar phrase. They're really making it smooth. They really are. It's not an 8-bar phrase. The main riff is a 7-bar phrase. Root down to the 6. I believe it's, or is it, hold on. Let me refresh my memory on that. Yeah, so I was right. So root for 2, 6 for 2. No, root for 2, 7 for 2, 6 for 2, and then up to the 3 to the 2 to the 1 to resolve. Forming the 7-bar phrase. I like the fact that they're doing it so smoothly. The first time they went through it, I didn't catch it. Actually, I think the first 2 times we went through it, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it, I don't think, until they went into the main riff, and then it was, until they went into the verse, and it was straight ahead 8 measure phrase, and I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds different. So when they went back into the main riff again, I was counting, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is a 7 measure phrase. Nice. And they're making it sound really smooth to boot. So good on them. Absolutely good on them, and it's definitely creative utilizing the 7-bar phrase like that. I don't hate it. I got no problem with it. I like it. It definitely shakes things up, but in a very pleasing to the ear way. Chorus makes sense. Sounds good. It definitely got chunkier when we got into the verse, which was nice. So we could focus more on the vocals. I got no problem with anything I'm hearing so far. Everything I'm hearing so far sounds really good. Let's keep going.
Lord, I pound my fist at you. Won't you just let me die? But I'm not suffering enough. No inner peace, no afterlife.
Okay.
I did what I thought was right, all for the love of my life. I know it's sad but true. Something is very wrong, condemned to suffer so long. For a love so true. Lies within, so hard to understand.
to rise to the heavenly skies, just to be shown the way back home. Now what I want is to die, no streets of gold in the sky, and I wash my hands of you.
1 to the flat 3 to the flat 7 to the flat 3 to the 7 to the 1. It's easy to follow. Sounds good. Pleasing to the ear. Flows well. Impressive? No. No, not at all. It's a very, very simple riff. This song is just very straight ahead. No frills. Nothing that you can possibly say is mind-blowing or impressive. So I know there are going to be people who are going to be like, this deserves a 10. This deserves at least a high 9. This deserves a 9.7 and 9.6. I'm sorry.
I respectfully disagree. That
just ain't happening. I've seen other songs. I've heard other songs from other bands far more impressive than this. It's being done well. Yeah, absolutely. It sounds good. Everything's pleasing to the ear. I'll give credit where credit's due. But if people are going to sit here and expect me to give this a 9, I hate to disappoint you, but that ain't going to happen. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I know we still got another 2 minutes to go. I don't even see this getting an 8. I really don't see that happening. I very seriously doubt it'll get an 8. Now, we still got 2 minutes, though. I mean, a lot can happen in 2 minutes. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, that ain't going to happen, I have a feeling. I was going to say, wait a minute. Okay. We're going to go into another song? No. Nah. All right. It caught me off guard, I'll tell you that. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I have a feeling I know how this is going to go, but I need to look at everything. take everything into account. And then I'll come up with my score. But I'm going to be honest with you folks. Just off the top of my head, it's not looking good. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Iced Earth with A Question of Heaven. This was a request from Spitfire. Okay, okay, I was half right. I was half right. Okay. Huh. I had a bad feeling about this when we finished watching this. My gut instinct was like, this is not going to be good. Okay, well, I was half right. It's not great, but at the same time, we're not in the negatives. I had a feeling we were going to be down. I really did. I had a feeling we were going to be down in like the fours, and I was really not looking forward to this. But luckily, I thought about everything. I took everything into account, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be worse than this. So, I mean, we're not up in, I'm going to tell you right now, we're not up in the 9s like I know a lot of Iced Earth fans want it to be. And I know I'm going to get in the comments, this song is a masterpiece. This song is amazing. This song is mind-blowing. And I'm sorry, but I respectfully disagree. No, it's not. Not from an objective standpoint, it's not. I've heard songs on this channel that blow this song completely out of the water. So it's not going to be up in the 8s and 9s, but folks, we're not down the negatives either. So you'll see. And I promise, once I give my score and I give my reasonings, I think my score will make a lot more sense. Let's get to that score, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.6. Yeah, 6.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.6. What does that mean? Well, a 6.6 would translate to a pretty good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a pretty good video. It would get 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 6.6, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? So glad you asked. Okay, first things first. Everybody, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are as a band. I don't care if you're Pearl Jam. I don't care if you're Nightwish. I don't care if you're Baby Metal. I don't care if you're Soundgarden. I don't care if you're Iced Earth. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Johnny Nobody and the Never Will Be's. Everybody starts at 5.0. That is the starting point. Now, depending on what I see in here, the stock can go up or the stock can go down, okay? We ended up at a 6.6, 1.6 higher than 5.0. So we did go up. We didn't go up a lot, but we went up enough to, get away from the 5s. So keep that in mind first and foremost. Secondly, the song. Despite what people might think, and listen, I understand everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's absolutely welcome to their opinion, okay? I have my own opinion, okay, and this is my opinion. But looking at the song objectively, from my point of view, I don't see any reason to say that the song was impressive. I just don't. There's nothing about this song that was, well, I would say, was really all that impressive. The only thing I would say that was slightly impressive was the vocals. Getting towards the end of the song, listening to him getting up in that register, with the power and the projection that he had, with a little bit of a gravel to it. It sounded good, and I will actually give credit where credit's due. That was kind of impressive, okay? In a live setting, seeing him get up there, getting that powerful, getting that kind of projection and support and power with up in that register, with a little bit of grit and growl, it was nice. It was... Honestly, it was the most impressive thing about the entire song, and I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. He earns it. He absolutely deserves it. The rest of the song, if I'm being honest, I mean, it really wasn't all that impressive. I will say, playing around with the 7-measure phrase as the main riff, I thought that was really cool. I thought it was very well done. It was smooth. Like I said, the first couple of times I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it, honestly, until they got through the first verse, which was an 8-bar phrase. And I was like, okay, something's off. Something's off, because that doesn't sound like what we had at the beginning. So when we went back into the main riff again, I was counting it, and I'm like, oh, it's a 7-measure phrase. That was slick. It was slick. I'll absolutely give it that. Impressive? No, I wouldn't say impressive, but it was well done. It was absolutely well done. The chordal progression, very simple. Very, very simple. You know, the main riff, you know, 1, you got the root down to the 7, to the 6, to the 7, to the 2, to the 3, back to the root again, in a 7-measure phrase. Okay, I mean, the 7-measure phrase is impressive. More, I wouldn't even say, actually, I take that back. I wouldn't say it's impressive. It was well done. It was better and more creative than the chordal progression. I mean, guys, come on. 1, 7, 6, 7, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. How is that impressive? I'm sorry. I'm being realistic here. There's nothing impressive about that. The other main riff that we had, it wasn't really all that impressive either. It was very redundant, if I'm being honest. I mean, it just didn't really move anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. There was no modulation, no key change. It was just very straight ahead. With the root note being, you know, constant the entire way through. I'm sorry. I can't sit here and say my mind was blown by that. It just wasn't. The guitar work sounded fine. The guitar work sounded clean. Couldn't really hear the bass in the mix, unfortunately, in a live setting playing outdoors. Kind of expected that. So I'm not holding it against them. I'm just saying I couldn't hear the bass. The drumming was clean. Drumming was nice. I'll give all the credit where credit's due. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and blow things up and blow things out of proportion and go, oh my God, this is the most amazing song I've ever heard in my life. My mind is so blown. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let me listen to this song one more time. I guarantee you I'll have it. I can play it. It's not a hard song at all. The playing around with the ballad feel at the beginning for the intro and also about midway through the song, I get the ballad feel at the beginning. I get that. And I'm glad they did take a little bit of a direction change from a feel standpoint, bringing it back to the ballad part. I'm just not a fan of ballads personally, but I mean, I didn't really enjoy that part. But I get it. I understand why they did it, and I applaud them for doing it because it shook things up. So the song wasn't completely monotonous. If I'm being honest, I would give the song somewhere like about a 6.8, 6.9, somewhere in there. Maybe 7.0 for the vocals. Maybe. Possibly. So how did we end up at a 6.6? Oh boy. I have said this time and time again on the channel. A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. I've made that very clear. It doesn't just help. Sometimes your live show can hurt your score, and unfortunately, this is one of those cases. Let's go down the checklist. Okay, let's go down the checklist and see how many boxes they checked off. Let me see. Off the top of my head, I'm going to say they checked off 2. I'm going to say 2. Let's see. Let's go down the list. Stage presence. I'll give it a check. I'll give it a check. They definitely looked like musicians. They didn't look like roadies, and they made their presence known. So I'll give them the check. Stage energy. Ooh. I'm gonna give it a check, but it's an extremely weak check. The only person that was moving around the stage was the vocalist, and he didn't really move around all that much. He moved forward and backward. That's about it. It was like he was on a straight line. He was in a glass prison that was like, you know, like about 15 feet long by about 3 feet wide. You know, he was moving up and down this aisle, and that was about it. The guitar players and the bass players, they had their feet rooted into the stage. They didn't even pick their feet up to move a step. Not a single step. So I can't I wish I could give it a stronger check, man. I can, but I am going to give it the check completely thanks to the lead vocalist moving forward and back, and that was it. So it is checked, but it is a weak check. Stage interaction, nope, none, zilch, nada. Nobody on stage even looked at each other. They were standing literally like statues, and as far as the guitar players go, they didn't move, they didn't look, they didn't interact with each other whatsoever. Neither did the lead vocalist. That's a shame, but that's not a check. Crowd interaction, this is the big one. Nope, none, zilch, nada. Lots of opportunities that they could have had for for crowd interaction, and none of those opportunities were taken. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I have a big problem with that. So yeah, that's a big negative on that one. Showmanship. Again, I have a hard time giving this a check. Nothing that was being done honestly screamed showmanship. I mean, the lead vocalist, he was doing some arm motions here and there, but not to the crowd, up to the sky, up to the light rig. Yeah, the lights really appreciate that. I'm sure the lights really appreciate you waving at them slowly. I'm sure the light rigs really appreciate, the attention that they're getting from the lead vocalist. Unfortunately, the crowd didn't receive any of that. So, no, I'm not gonna check it. I'm not gonna check it. I don't believe there was any effort really put into it. He was lost in his own little world. Good for him. But no, I'm not gonna check it. Nope. Production. No. Nope. None. Lighting. Sure, I guess. It was a blue hue pretty much the entire time. I mean, what kind of effort does that take? Let's light guy, turn all the blue lights on. Turn all the LEDs to blue. Whoop. Done. Take a break for 7 minutes. And I know the first thing that people in the comments are going to say in regards to this little subject about stage energy and crowd interaction, stage interaction. I know the first thing people are going to say is, well, what do you expect? They're not going to be like running around the stage. The song doesn't call for it. How about just picking your feet up out of place? That's what I'm looking. How about just walking? I'm not looking for running. How about just picking your feet up and moving around? How about the two guitar players go and stand next to each other? Since all they're doing is, riffing anyway, how about you guys come together, and stand next to each other? I could at least call that stage interaction and stage energy because you moved, but they didn't even move their feet. Their feet were literally planted like roots into the stage. I mean, and I know people you make too big a deal about that. You're darn right I do, because we go to see the show, right? We're gonna go see the band playing live. We're gonna go see Iced Earth play live at whatever venue is they're playing at. We're gonna go see Iced Earth put on an amazing concert. You never hear anybody say, hey, I wanna go hear Iced Earth play live. No one ever says that. Everybody says, I want to see Iced Earth go play live. And that's my point. I'm not asking for people to be shot out of a cannon, for God's sake. I'm just asking for people to put some effort in. Pick your feet up, pull it out of the stage, and move around a little bit. Just move side to side even. Go 5 feet that way. Come back to center. Go 5 feet that way. Come back to center. I can at least say that the guitar players moved at that point, but they didn't. Their feet literally stayed in the same spots the whole time. I'm not looking for cartwheels. I'm not looking for acrobatics. I'm not looking for a trapeze act. I'm not looking for people to be shot out of a cannon. I'm just looking for some effort when it comes to the live show aspect, when it comes to the visual aspect of the live show. I would just like to see some effort. And unfortunately, we didn't see any here.
That's the fact, Jack! That's a fact, Jack!
So, I mean, looking at the live show, I'm not going to sit here and say that it helped, because it really didn't. It hurt. It really did. It was, I hate to say it, folks, it was boring to watch. From a visual standpoint, I was having a hard, not going to lie, folks, I was having a hard time staying awake. From a visual standpoint, I didn't dig it. combine that with a 7-minute and 40-second long song that honestly could have been done. They could have had this song done in 5.5. You know, the message was done. I mean, I feel like they extended the song out for absolutely no reason other than to extend it out, because there were parts in the song that went on, like the ending, for example. The last like 3 minutes, the last 3 minutes, they could have trimmed that down to 1.5 minutes. They could have, but they extended it out for absolutely zero reason. And because there was nothing different about it. It was just very repetitive. And I just don't understand why, other than for the singular point of lengthening out the song, what did that accomplish? Nothing. It was just riffing over and over and over again. And it's I don't get it. And to be perfectly honest with you folks, I don't think I want to get it. I mean, like I said, I know there are going to be Iced Earth fans who are going to be in the comments, oh, this is the best song they've ever written. I hope not. And not only that, not only will I say I hope not, I respectfully disagree, because I've heard a couple of other songs from Iced Earth on this channel that have blown this song completely out of the water. So for people to say that this is the best song they've ever written, that's their opinion. They're certainly welcome to it. This song deserves a 9. Again, in your opinion, sure. If you believe it deserves a 9, then you go ahead and give it a 9. Me? Nope. I'm going to give it what I believe it deserves based on my objective point of view, in which I'm giving it a 6.6. Taking everything into account here between the songwriting, the musicianship, the execution, and the live show, this is how we're getting to that 6.6. I feel good about that score. I have no regrets giving it that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So, let's wrap everything up here in nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 6.6, which is a pretty good scale rating. I still think it's a pretty good song overall. And the video overall was a pretty good presentation. Giving it 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Not a D, not a C, a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.